What's up, guys? My name is Elias, and Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four First Steps is officially in theaters to kick off Phase 6 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, I gotta rank every F4 movie from the absolute worst to the absolute best. Let's get it. In last place is one of the most disappointing movies I've ever seen in my entire life, and yes, even the Justice League is better. Suffering from a multitude of fiascos from behind the scenes, the infamous Fan4 is a train wreck from start to finish. Not only is the story painfully dry and the cast wastefully underutilized, but it seems like everyone could barely do the best with what they had due to studio executives butting in where they just were not wanted. Perhaps the biggest issue I have with this movie is just how little it does with its central concept. An incident that occurs during a trip to a different planet grants the team and Victor Von Doom their abilities by way of horror movie esque transformations. While that may seem cool on paper, the execution is so abysmal and rushed that the reshoots and creative differences seem more apparent the longer the movie goes on. Speaking of long, this movie's only an hour and 40 minutes, and yet it feels like 2.5 hours. So, on top of being poorly written, poorly directed, and a poorly edited film, it's also entirely too dragged out and boring as all heck. Perhaps a sense of fun could have injected some life into this snooze fest of a comic book movie, but after rewatching it for this video, I just want to gouge my eyes out. Not really, but you know what I mean. Although the quote unquote unreleased '94 version is a sorely unfinished, terribly edited, nonsensical mess, it has an undeniable charm. The team actually feels like a newfound family. Dr. Doom chews up all of the scenery. Mole Man, the jeweler, has his own weird schemes of courting the thing's love interest. I think what I'm trying to say is that this movie at least feels like a comic book movie, and make no mistake, that's never a bad thing. Is the movie cornier than the word corn? Yeah. Are the special effects worse than some of the worst B movies on the planet? No doubt. But is this mindless entertainment of a movie just a schlocky good time with zero complexity? Absolutely. And that's what I seem to like about it. With dialogue played for laughs and a story that's nothing to write home about, the filmmakers involved clearly had a lot of passion in trying to make this film not only a success, but just something comic book fans could truly appreciate. Of course, the infamous story behind the making of this movie and the fact that it wasn't supposed to be seen by literally anyone due to its poor quality keep it from reaching whatever potential it could have had, which is a shame. That being said, I don't hate this '94 version in the slightest. There's just no way I could bring myself to watch it again willingly, but I'll sure as heck recommend it for someone to watch it at least once, albeit with a warning. I'll admit that Rise of the Silver Surfer holds a special place in my heart, not only for nostalgia purposes, but because Silver Surfer looks immaculate and is just such a boss here, especially with Lawrence Fishburne as the voice. All that you know is at an end. Chills! Of course, Silver Surfer is also given next to nothing to do here, and the treatment of Galactus being a glorified fart cloud is unquestionably unforgivable, and the runtime is almost, dare I say, too short, which, though I do like the breakneck pacing, leaves little room for the story to really breathe in certain moments. The infamous club scene aside, the one where Mr. Fantastic lets really loose. There's lots of really cool moments here. The wedding of chaos, Johnny chasing Silver Surfer across multiple states, the Fantastic Car reveal, and the Super Scroll Human Torch versus Doctor Doom Surfer are all highlights. Honestly, the best thing I can say about this movie is that it's just pure, unadulterated fun. It's not meant to be this super complex or existential film to elevate the genre, it's just meant to be a good time. It is a shame we never got a third film or a Silver Surfer spinoff, but we also probably would have never been able to see these characters join the MCU if we did. Still, the cast here is great, and the tone was almost perfectly balanced between campy and serious. So make no mistake, this is one of the throwback movies I'll throw on just to numb my mind for 90 minutes and get a kick out of. But I fully acknowledge its faults having grown up with it for nearly 20 years now. Here's the thing, it's got a lot of heart. In all honesty, I really did debate putting Rise of the Silver Surfer over the original 2005 Fantastic Four due to the second one's rewatchability. But at the end of the day, this one takes the cake. Sure, it might be the slower of the two, but I think what holds this one together and makes it stand out more to me is just in its simplicity. Plus, I'm a sucker for a good origin story, And that addicting score from John Ottman, perfection. The cast here is phenomenal as each member of the Fantastic Four perfectly embodies their comic counterparts while displaying some serious chemistry on screen, making you believe each and every relationship. The real standout to me every time I watch it, however, is the late Julian McMahon's Doctor Doom. Dude just oozes charisma and somehow delivers the corniest of lines with this malicious sense of fun, if that's even a thing. And basically, everyone seems like they're just having an absolute blast, and I'm here for it. Regardless of the minimal action scenes, this is story building at its finest, with some of the most genuinely heartfelt moments in comic book movies. Everyone seems spooked, well, aside from Johnny, about having powers, but it's Michael Chiklis' Ben Grimm who really grounds this entire movie as he slowly comes to grips with his situation and the new man he's become. If you do not feel something every time Andrea from The Walking Dead puts her wedding ring on the floor, only for Ben to struggle picking it up, you might need to do some soul searching. I'll give you a hug. All jokes aside, though, the Fantastic Four First Steps is easily number one on this list. After years of wondering whether the Fantastic Four could even be done properly on screen, director Matt Shakman of WandaVision fame conjured up a spectacle for the ages that does Marvel's first family true justice. Not only does the cast here play their comic book counterparts to perfection, but the visuals, the action, and Michael Giacchino's infectious score, everything about this film just pops. The real highlights here are Silver Surfer and Galactus, whom fans have been waiting to see redone since 2007's Rise of the Silver Surfer. There's more meat to both of their stories now, allowing us to connect to them a bit more, especially Galactus, who was a glorified fart cloud back then. Speaking of, seeing this movie in IMAX was a treat as you really get to see the sheer size and scale of the planet eating villain in full glory. He's huge, he's hungry, and he'll stop at nothing to rid himself of that hunger. The story here, too, is just one of family, more so than ever before. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time because the plot really pushes you to feel the relatable stakes while all of the Jack Kirby esque science fiction is going on. It's a family fun blast, but a serious one for adults to latch onto, too, and a return to form for the MCU as Phase 6 officially commences. And if that mid credit scene is anything to go by, we're in for a real treat when Avengers Doomsday drops next year. But there you have it, everyone. My official ranking of every Fantastic Four movie. Leave a comment letting me know how you would rank each movie for Marvel's first family. Also, how excited are you to watch First Steps if you haven't seen it yet? And how excited are you for Phase 6 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Feel free to check out my spoiler-free review on First Steps. I'm currently working on my spoiler review at the moment, and I just want to talk shop. So if you like this video, consider hitting that like button and sharing so others can join in on the conversation too. But until next time, guys, take care and God bless.